You're watching Detroit's place to WB, WB20.
Welcome to Love Connection. And now, here's our host, Pat Fuller.
Oh, boy, thank you very much. Thank you. You're a good group. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. He says he... All right. Let's meet our next guest. She claims that some men don't appreciate the fact that she likes the finer things in life. And she says that there's someone she usually consults before going on a date. And she likes to play a game with her dates that uses her skills as a chef. Please welcome Stacy Slickta to the show. Hello, Stacy. How are you? Have a seat. Now, what's the game you like to play with your dates, Stacy?
Well, since I'm a chef, I like to use my culinary skills. So I have this kind of a game that I play. It's called 7-Course Strip Poker. And basically what we do is, I prepare a meal with 7 courses with accompanying wines. And each course you have to remove an article of clothing. And I must say, successfully, we've never made it to dessert yet.
Oh, very good, very good. Now, who do you consult before going on a date?
That would be my psychic. She's been pretty good so far.
Really?
Right on the mark. Yeah, the last gentleman that I was dating for some time, she had told me from the beginning wasn't right for me. And I didn't take her advice, and it's over.
Oh, wow. Let's take a look at the men that Stacy had to choose from. Remember, you guys are going to pick the guy that you think is best for her. First, it was Jeffrey. He usually dates about 3 times a month, and he likes his dates to include a little culture. He prefers a woman who wears great perfume, but he doesn't want a trendy dresser. Jeffrey admits that he's a neat freak. Here's more about that.
This girl goes into my bathroom, realizes I have matching towels, then decides to go look in the rest of the room, look in my closet, realizes that my clothes are somewhat organized. She dubs me as being homosexual because I'm a neat freak. And I'm not really a neat freak, it's just that I like stuff to be somewhat organized, and I like to have things that match, coordinate, if you will.
Next, it was Chris. He says that people tell him that he resembles Christian Slater. And he describes himself as a complete package. We asked Chris about the type of woman he tries to avoid.
One of those women that constantly agree with everything and doesn't, it's like, oh, yeah, I like that too, and then they'll change their, well, I don't know, and then I'll change their opinion according to yours. I hate, it's like, be yourself, be who you are, and have your own friggin' opinion, will you? Please!
And finally, Jerry. His favorite activities include mountain biking and snowboarding. He only dates about once a month, but he expects the woman to drive sometimes. Jerry says that some women really like his shaved head. Here's an example.
Woman walked up, didn't even say anything. Grabbed me, I was sitting at the bar, grabbed me by my shoulders, pulled me back, and it laid me down between her breasts. And I mean, it was just rubbing my head back and forth, and I ended up having to turn around and bury my face in them.
All right, guys, those are the 3 men that Stacy had to choose from, but it's time for you to choose. Make your votes. All right, the votes are in. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet the man that Stacy selected and hear all about their date right after this. Come on back.
It just tastes better.
All right, we're back. We were talking to Stacy before the break. Stacy, why don't you tell us who you selected?
I chose Christopher.
Christopher, all right. Let's say hello to Chris Watilko.
Hey, Pat, how you doing?
Hi, Chris. Doing well. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
Tell us about your date, Stacy.
Well, we played phone tag for a little while. We finally got in touch with each other and decided that we would just do something simple, easy on a Friday night. Decided that he would come over to my apartment. No problem. My doorman called me, and what happened, I have played this little game with my doorman, kind of pre-screening my dates. And it's basically, they have 3 options. And with Chris, it was if Chris is here, if he was, good-looking guy down the middle of the road. Christopher's here if he jump off the balcony, forget this guy. And a gentleman is here if he's, this was the match for me. So I answered the phone, and it was, Chris is here.
Is your doorman your psychic?
Chris is here. No, actually isn't.
How'd you feel about that, Chris, the doorman checking you out? Were you aware of that?
I think she's an idiot for doing that. She already saw me on the video.
Well, you know what? people change through time. I just wanted to notice. And, you know, I thought he had cute hair. And, well, you know, your hair did change.
Well, if you wanted to date my hair, I could have brought it from the hairdresser in a little bag.
That's true. That's very true.
Now, tell me, Chris, what did you think of Stacy's looks?
Well, she told me she just got off work, but I thought maybe she just woke up. I didn't know whether to take her out or tuck her in.
All right. Okay. So what happened next?
Well, you know,
Stacey?
I have a full-time job. You know, I'm a busy person, and I also do some consulting. So, anyways.
Certainly not fashion consulting. You're consulting about my clothes, and that's all. You're afraid of color. All you wear is bland colors. I'm afraid to taste your cooking.
You know what? You'll never have the opportunity. Anyways, so I invited him in, asked him if he would like a glass of wine. He declined. He said he just wanted water, which is fine. And we hung out, did nothing really, and we decided we were going to go out to dinner. Well, I decided we'd go down to Santa Monica and go to a restaurant, and I picked out a restaurant, and he said that he didn't like the food on the menu, whatever.
Before we went, I told her that I was a vegetarian, and when we went in there was only like one thing on the menu that I could eat, and I didn't. And she was like, well, let's go somewhere else. And her criteria for picking a restaurant was, are there arms on the chairs? I really want arms on the chairs. And we hit every restaurant on the promenade until we finally decided on the other one that we actually ate it. So.
Well, you know, having arms on your chairs, it's a sense of comfort, and the nicer restaurants do have arms on their chairs. I mean, you know, think about it.
You know, when the chairs don't have legs, then I'm...
Really?
Yeah.
Sitting on the floor,
too low. That's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So what happened next, Stacey?
So we went to a restaurant, and we had dinner. Chris ate everything, and he actually, you know, he asked me if it would be okay if he wiped his plate with his bread. Which I
well, the reason
I
asked was because I went to order an appetizer, and I said, oh, Roma tomatoes with the mozzarella and basil. And she's like, oh, Roma tomatoes are so out of season. Oh, my God. I was like, well, I think I'm going to order it anyway. You know? And then we're running low on water, and I go to pour her some water, and she goes, I can serve myself, thanks. And I was like, hey, you know, I'm just trying to. Yes, you did.
No, thank you.
And I said, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to be nice. And you're like, because I figure you serve people all day, you're doing your job. And she goes, oh, I don't serve people. And I was like, well, excuse me, you know, you cook the food and someone takes it out. You know, I'm just trying to be nice. She wouldn't even let me be nice.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I know. I'm a very difficult person to get along with.
So what happened then, Stacey?
So we went through dinner. You know, it was fine. The check came, and I paid for it, and then we left, and
you paid for it because they gave you the money. That's fine.
Oh, but it was a little bit over the amount, and you didn't.
Well, I did say, do you want me to, you know, how much do I owe you? And you were like, oh, don't worry about it.
It wasn't a problem because, you know, money seemed to be an issue with you. Anyways. Yeah.
No, money's the issue with you. Unless someone's got money, it's not a love connection.
That's not true.
Hey, you know what? I think we get the picture on how this date went. And I think we could probably just look and see who the audience voted for. The audience chose Jeffrey. 44% of our audience chose Jeffrey, and if you would like to have a date with Jeffrey, Stacey, we'd be happy to set you up with him and pay for it.
Okay,
All right, good. Well, good luck then on your date with Jeffrey, and you'll come back and tell us all about it and find a restaurant with chairs and arms. Chris, thank you very much for being with us, my friend.
I really hope Jeffrey has better luck than I did.
We're going to take a break and be right back with another guest after this.